What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is Mexican Dynasties Season 1, Episode 6, okay? So, we start this episode off. We see Doris and her husband. He's leaving to go back to Los Angeles. And, you know, they're having their little smoochy. We see Alon talking to his sister saying that he wants to really spend more time with Adon, and they decided they're going to go to a wrestling match, which is, I want to say, Noche Libre. I know it's not Nacho Libre. That was the parody movie that they made, but I believe it's Noche Libre. And if I'm saying that wrong, I know y'all will correct me in the comments. I apologize. But his wife is like, I think that's a really good idea. I really want to see you guys spend more time together, you know, boom, boom, boom. So we see the whole rest of I'm not going to belabor this storyline. The rest of the episode, we see them going shopping to get their outfits. And Adon is really excited. Like, Adon is really happy to be spending time with his brother. And I think Alon is excited, too. Like you said, he's really enjoying being just outside of their parents' house, outside of their parents' control. And y'all put some really great comments on last week's episode as far as this whole them not understanding why the son is mad at them playing so innocent, like they don't play favorites and all that good stuff. Like, whatever. Excuse me, my allergies are bothering me. So, but they're getting, so we see them actually, you know, and again, they're having a great time. Even on their way to the match, they got their mask on with the capes and the jeans and with their shirts off, and they're taking pictures, and they're having a really good time, right? And then they get inside, and it's like empty, and they're the only ones in costume. But they don't care. They had a really good time anyway. It certainly wasn't WrestleMania, but it was really great to see the brothers spending time together, having a good time outside of the drama and the bull with the record company, right? So that's them. Then we see Doris and her mom. Let me tell y'all something. Her mom is so gorgeous. I don't give a daggone how much of it is help, you know, assistance. It doesn't matter. She's gorgeous, and like Doris said, she said she's always put together. I mean, she said it's like, do you wake up looking like that? Because she had this. They were being profiled in a magazine, and she had this. It was like a deep turquoise blue. Oh my gosh, that color was gorgeous, and it just looked gorgeous on her. But we learn a little bit more about their family. We see that, you know, of course, a little bit more about the father and the things that they went through. They had a son. I mean, well, Doris's brother, what's her name? Raquel? Is it Raquel? Son, had passed away. They said I think she said he got hit with a soccer ball or something, and then, but he passed away very suddenly. And Doris was saying she saw how it just broke her father up. Like, her father just couldn't live with it anymore. You know, it was like he was really losing himself. And Mom told him, look, you gotta snap out of it. You know what I mean? You still have a family here that you have to take care of. And, you know, we went from a family of 5 to a family of 4, but we are still here, and we still love each other, and we're going to make it work. And so you got a chance to get a little more of their story, a little more of their backstory, and just see how much that she was just the mother of the family, you know. All right. Oscar and, Paulina is Oscar's sister. I don't know why I'm still having problems with these names, y'all. But they go out to dinner. And they surprise the kids. They tell the kids that they're going up on a hot air balloon. And Oscar is scared of heights, but he said let me tell you something. I love Oscar as a dad. I do. I love Oscar, but as a dad, I love him. He said, you know, that he would agree to go up in a hot air balloon for the kids. He was like, I'm absolutely terrified, but I'm doing it for my kids. And when they were at dinner, he said he had a problem with his kids ordering drinks, because they were at this place where they have like the sugar factory where they pour the drink on and all the smoke comes up and everything. And he was saying, you know, he said even though the drinks are virgin, it gives the illusion that they're having a cocktail. He said, and I just kind of have a problem with my children pretending or it looking like they have a cocktail. He said, I know it's virgin drinks. He said, but I don't know if I like that thought. You know, he said they'll be old enough to order their own drinks, you know, soon enough, and it's no need to rush it. And Paulina said it was no big deal. When we were kids, we ordered pina coladas and we ordered Shirley Temples and stuff. He said, that's cool. You raise your kids your way. I'll raise my kids my way. I got a problem with it. I said, okay, Oscar, I see you. Okay. And I can see where he's coming from. I've done both. You know what I mean? With I remember my little cousin, he used to order Shirley cocktails so that he could, you know, feel like he was ordering a drink when we were ordering a drink. So I see where he's coming from. But yeah, it's no big deal. You know, but I definitely, I don't begrudge him saying that this is not something I want for my children. I don't begrudge him that. And so, they invite Doris and her mom to come along because, again, they are still wanting to include them because understanding that they still dealing with their loss and everything. And they go up on the balloon. Raquel, that's the mother's name, Raquel. I thought I said that earlier, but I kept wanting to call her Paulina, but I know it's not Paulina. And but they came along, and of course, honey, it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and Raquel still looked like she just rolled out of a magazine, okay? She still looked good. But they had a good time. They're taking pictures. They had the maids up at the crack of dawn. The maids were like, if y'all don't hurry up and get the hell up out of here. They taking selfies and stuff, and the maids was like, for real? Y'all got us up at the crack of dawn so y'all can take pictures? Like, if y'all don't hurry up. They're funny. They're maids of, they're staff, house staff. They're funny. But Oscar eventually got in. He was scared. He was scared as hell, but he got in. I want to do a hot air balloon. I think they're cool. And I want to do a hot air balloon. I'm interested in doing one. I had a friend, she did one in Egypt, I think. I want to say it was Egypt. I could be wrong. But anyway, they had a really good time, and it was a great day. This is a really fun show, y'all. It's not now. We're going to get to the drama in a minute, but it's a really, really fun show. So the other thing is that Oscar, remember he invited his little boyfriend, the guy that he was dating when he was in Brazil. Now, Oscar, for as much credit as I gave you a minute ago for how you felt about the mixed drink situation, I'm going to have to tap your hand a little bit on this one. I think that there is such thing as too much information. I've said this before. Your children don't need to know that you on Grindr. Your children, it's okay for your children to know that you may be doing online. But there's a difference between Match.com and Grindr. Okay? The mindset of what Grindr is. And your kids know what Grindr is. So I don't think your kids need to know that you're on Grindr. But that's just my 2 cents. But they know that you met this guy. He told them that the guy was coming to visit. And his kids are funny. His kids, I think, do a lot because they know it embarrasses him. It makes him blush. It makes him get all giddy and nervous. So they say stuff to him to get him like, oh my God, why do you ask me that? Like, have you kissed him? Did you sleep with him? Do you like him? And he was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to tell y'all that. And he's so cute. But I like the relationship that they can talk to each other like that. I just, so long as it doesn't go too far in my mind, again, my 2 cents, as long as it just doesn't go too far into friend mode and not father mode. But I think it's great that they feel comfortable joking with you and talking to you about these things. So, he lets them know that he has a friend coming, and then it just like, he said, you remember when I was dating, I don't know, I'm gonna make up a name, when I was dating Jose, and they were like, you were dating Jose? You told us that y'all were just friends. And he was like, well, because y'all were young and y'all didn't need to know, he was my friend. Y'all didn't need to know anything more than that. But I think they knew. I think they were just really pulling his leg and joking with him. I do think they knew. So that was cute. So at the end of the episode, we see him going to meet the guy, and he was like, it's just really nerve-wracking. What if, I see him again in a different, he said, I've flown him all the way here from Brazil, so I feel kind of responsible, bringing him all the way here, and, if things don't work out, and, it's not what I remember it to be, because, things look really great from one angle, and then you get it another angle, and it's like, ooh. And so that's where the episode ended with their storyline. All right, now, let's get with the mess a little bit. Adon, you playing games. You're playing games, Adon, and you're playing your mother against Doris. And I think that your mother and Doris have somewhat of a friendship or relationship that you're going to mess around and mess it up and ruin because you're playing games. He had a little listening session at the studio with his parents to come in and hear the song he's been working on. Now, let me say this. They're paying for everything. So, do they have a right to hear his music? They absolutely have a right to hear his music. She's his manager. The mom is his manager, and they're paying for the studio session. They're paying for the producers. Like, he's not signed to a label. Nobody's working for free. Nobody's working for the label. His parents are paying for this. They have every right to hear the music. I have no problem with them hearing the music. And, of course, his father act like he just wrote the next Grammy-nominated Billboard chart topping hit, right? Which it probably isn't. Adele's music just sounds very dated to me. It just doesn't sound current. It sounds like a great song you would have listened to 5 years ago or 10 years ago. It doesn't sound like something I would listen to I would hear on the radio now. Now, I don't have a musical ear, but that's just me knowing what I like to listen to. And of course, the producers fixed up, that little pitch issue he was having. So, of course, they think it's great. It's the best thing since sliced bread. They've never heard anything better. Oh my goodness, my son. Here's where the bullshit starts. Adon meets up with, I have to come back to something. I'll come back to it. No, I'm going to come back to Adon. Let me just finish this up. When they were at dinner, when Oscar and Paulina were at dinner, they were making a comment about blended families. And Paulina made a statement about her and her kids coming from a broken home. And her daughter started crying and getting upset. I knew what Paulina meant, but the minute I heard it come out her mouth, I said, ooh, that was probably not the best choice of words. And Oscar fixed it. He told her to come over and hug. He said, nobody here is broken. He said, we're not broken. We're just a different family. We're a new type of family, but we're not broken. And all the cousins hugged up on them, and it was a great moment. And I say all that to say that we meet Paulina's boyfriend in this episode, and come to find out, they've known each other for 18 years, but they just started dating 6 months ago, but they love each other, and she was talking to him about it, and just understanding, where they are as far as that new dynamic, and maybe not using the language. Like I said, the minute I heard Paulina say broken, I was like, ugh. Because it just had a negative connotation to it, even though you didn't mean it in that manner. But anyway, I just had to go back to that because I forgot to mention it. Back to Adon playing games. So they go into the studio, his parents hear the song, they think it's great. Boom. Then you're going to meet up with Doris. Now, here's the thing. You've signed a contract with Doris that your mother doesn't know about. That's a problem right there. If your mother is your manager, you should not be doing anything outside of the realm of what she knows. Not just because she's your mother, but because and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but in a manager type role, part of her job is to protect you. And part of her job, and she can't protect you if she doesn't know what's going on. Now, I understand that Doris is playing the role of publicist. However, Doris, I think you want a bigger role. I think you want to be more like his manager. But you're not his manager. Now, all of this is on Adon because he's not communicating with either one of you. And he's not telling you guys everything that y'all need to know. Now, Adon meets up with Doris, and he's going to play her his new song. Doris tries to talk to Adon about, she said, I've listened to some of his music, and she's trying to tell him what he needs to do. In order for me to, as your publicist, in order for me to get the marketing that you want or you feel like you deserve, in order for me to get you, your followers up and get you in the right magazines and all these great things that I'm trying to do for you, there's certain things you're going to need to do to make yourself more appealing. Adon ain't trying to hear it. Adon is talking about he the next Justin Bieber, he's the next Harry Styles, and it's only about 4 or 5 of those people in the world, and he's one of them. Like, he really truly, I'm all for you having that confidence, boo. You should be confident. However, if you hired this woman to help you, you need to listen to what she's telling you. The other problem is, he's playing her this song, and she said, well, who else has heard the song? He said, oh, nobody. You're the first person. And she asked him more than once, you sure nobody else has heard this but me? And he said, nobody's heard this but you. Now, mind you, he played the song for his parents at the studio. She said, well, I find that very interesting because I don't know who she talked to, somebody, and they told me that your parents heard the song. And Adon says, oh, no, they didn't hear. They heard the uncut version. They didn't hear. This is the final version. We just finished mixing this morning. They didn't hear this final cut. And Doris says in her confessional, I can't do this. I can't work with him if he's not going to be honest with me. If he's going to lie to me, I can't work with him. And my thing is, well, your ass can't work with him because he lying to both of y'all. And that's going to be the biggest problem, is the fact that that Adon is playing both of them against each other. And Doris is going to be blaming Marty. And Marty's going to be blaming Doris. And the person in the middle is Adon, who's not being honest with either one of them. Because neither one of them think that the other one can do the job that they're trying to do for him. So they're already ready to be going at it. And Adon, you helping it. You're not helping any. So anyway, y'all, that's how it went down. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this mess with Doris, Marty, and Adon. It's a mess. It's about to be a mess. I feel like it's going to blow up, and it's going to blow up on Adon. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments, please.